send my fraternal greetings. Dear brethren, I take this opportunity to present to you my paper titled Sacred Feminine and Freemasonry. And with your permission, I begin. There should be no doubt that to all intents and purposes, Freemasonry is a male-dominated fraternity and society. In fact, even today, if anyone wishes to be part of our order, they must have 3 qualifications. The first, you must be a man at least 21 years old. The second, have belief in a supreme being, further refined as a male of any faith. And third, you should be someone who does or wants to learn to enjoy the company of other men from different social classes, faiths, backgrounds, races, and countries. It cannot be denied that for almost 300 years since its formal inception, our organization has regularly refused to allow female members within the ranks. Therefore, to put it simply, Freemasonry and women have a complex relationship. So the question arises that what is the true definition of this term of sacred feminine, and how and why does it exist within our illustrations in Freemasonry? The term, the sacred feminine, is basically the representation of the mother, symbolized through images connected with fertility and reproduction. In fact, a better and more modern and genuine definition would be that the sacred feminine includes various things and is expressed along several dimensions of life. In the spiritual dimension, it means including and valuing the feminine as an equal fundamental dynamic of the creative life force and the divine along with the masculine. This being said, it is also true. It is almost more surprising that the same order has surrounded itself by imagery which in fact celebrates women through the depiction in our instruction literature and narratives and during our ritual. Brethren, we regularly define Freemasonry as a system which is veiled in allegory and illustrated through symbols, and therefore means that Freemason is exoteric, that is, the knowledge that is outside and independent from a person's experience and can be ascertained by anyone, as well as esoteric, understood by or meant for only the select few who have special interest or knowledge. We as an organization continue to encourage our members to look beyond what is written in our ritual book, so as to rediscover that which was lost. To explain further, we all here present are aware of the 3 of the 7 virtues as per the New Testament, they being faith, hope, and charity. These are symbolized in our own fraternity in the form of angels or goddesses, the concept itself being drawn from the Roman period. We are also aware of the common logo in Freemasonry, more like a reoccurring theme, which is depicted as 2 angels standing and supporting a coat of arms between each other, under which is prescribed faith, hope, and charity. Sometimes the 2 angels or goddesses are also seen supporting a square and compass with the letter G. For easy reference, logos similar to the one used even today by the Grand Lodge of England. Now, I fully accept the symbolization of these virtues and their representations in our female form of an angel or goddess, to each his own. Therefore, now the question rises, why are these 3 virtues mentioned, that is faith, hope, and charity, but they are represented by only 2 goddesses? The answer, my brethren, lies in the esoteric form of Freemasonry. All the virtues are in fact represented, while the 2 angels or goddesses symbolize faith and charity. It is the coat of arms or the G symbol which represents the most important virtue of hope. It is clear to the trained Masonic eye that it is our brotherhood of Freemasonry which are duty bound to devote its time in spreading hope through our charitable endeavors and undertakings. To further elaborate, let us consider the Statue of Liberty. As most of you no doubt are aware, the 3 most prominent individuals involved with the construction of the statue were all Freemasons. The first was Frederick Bartholdi, is the designer of the statue, who was also reputed to have been very familiar with occult philosophies and symbolism. The second, Gustave Eiffel, famous for the Eiffel Tower in Paris, who designed the inner support structure of the statue. And the third, Richard Hunt, who designed the pedestal on which the statue was ultimately placed. Furthermore, the cornerstone of the Statue of Liberty was laid in a Masonic ceremony by the then Grand Master of New York, William A. Brodie, on August 5th, 1984. The Statue of Liberty is full of Masonic symbol, yet it truly symbolizes the ultimate sacred feminine, that is, our very own Mother Earth. Here I present 3 examples in support. The very orientation is represented through the female form of the statue. Furthermore, the spikes or the rays that emanate from Lady Liberty's crown are believed to symbolize both the 7 continents of the earth or the 7 seas of the world. And finally, the 25 windows in the crown represent gemstones found only on earth. These are many other symbols related to both Freemasonry and sacred feminine, and I encourage the brethren to discover them in their time of leisure. It is a fact that many ancient symbols adopted into Freemasonry originated in the realms of the sacred feminine. These symbols have existed far before the existence of Freemasonry. The 5-pointed star or pentacle is a pagan symbol representing the 4 elements of the earth: air, water, fire, plus spirit. When a circle is then placed around them, it symbolizes the connection and reciprocal relationship between the elements of the earth. Our famous all-seeing eye originates from the Eye of Horus or the Eye of Ra, which were in fact ancient Egyptian symbols believed by many to have healing and protective powers, as well as the ability to ward off evil spirits. It was common practice to wear these symbols as a talisman or amulet, or to place them in and around the house in order to protect the structure and its occupants from harm. In truth, the all-seeing eye first appeared as part of the standard symbols of the Freemasons only in 1797 with the publication of Thomas Smith Webb's Freemason's Monitor. And finally, even our symbol of the square and compass is believed by many historians and Masonic thinkers, propagated by our old friend Dan Brown and most disputed by the Masonic majority, to be representative of the union between the male and the female. In conclusion, it is important to remember that the rules and regulations which govern society as ours were written in a period where it was thought proper to segregate the female community as a whole. Through the passage of time, many old attitudes have changed. The very concept of sacred feminine begins with the obvious but neglected truth that everything on our planet Earth is born of the feminine. In its essence, the sacred feminine is all about the formation of life and the importance of nurturing it. In today's day and age, it has become imperative to balance the masculine and feminine principles within ourselves and our belief system. It means recognizing and respecting the contribution of women in business, science, art, and politics, as well as home and community. Brethren, I put it to you that it would not come as any surprise that the members of our ancient order concealed within their hearts a desire to treat women on an equal footing. I genuinely believe that given the prevalent situation in this early 16th to 18th century, many like-minded Freemasons may not have been able to voice their opinion publicly. Therefore, they may have found it easier to conceal the knowledge within our instructional teachings and our most revered symbols. Perhaps the aim was to make the future generation of Freemasons prolific, active advocates and defenders of women's rights and freedoms. That was my paper. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much.